Hello, and thanks for being here with me today. I'm Anna Hellman, and today I'm going to share with you my number one absolute favorite product collection in the new Stampin' Up! Catalog. Ordering officially opened yesterday, so you are now able to get your hands on these really gorgeous products and many, many others if you want to check them out. So if you want details, of course, there are links in the video description below, but what we're going to talk about today is this Pansy Petals suite of products, which includes the Pansy Patch stamp set, the Pansy Petals designer paper, the Bumblebee trinkets, and then a coordinating set of dies that you will get to see in just a couple of minutes. So let's look at this set real quick. It has all of the fixings for gorgeous pansies. But looking at this, I know my first thought was, I'm going to have to take a few minutes playing around with that to figure out how to use all those pieces and figure out how they all go together. And that's what I'm going to do in this video today, is show you how to use the stamps and how to use the dies to put them together. So after you watch along, you're going to know exactly how to use this set yourself instead of having to take the time to figure it out. So you can see some of the beautiful paper prints. There are a few more that I've already been cutting into, so I didn't have them out here. But we have gorgeous paper prints. We have these amazing stamps with really, really nice greetings for birthday, thank you, hello, love you much. Just some really nice stamps. And these cute little Bumblebee trinkets I am loving. So let me show you real quick. I'm going to bring in the catalog because I want to show you some of the samples that are in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. This is on page 28 and 29 in our new 2021 and 2022 annual catalog. So I hope you can see these and get a little bit of an appreciation for what we can do with the set. But I'm going to show you some samples right here and right now. And then, like I said, we're going to look at those stamps and look at the dies and look at how to put them together. So there are several ways to use this set because there's so many products that coordinate. And I wanted to mention the ways to use this set so that you can be thinking through how you might like to use it. So the first way is just with the designer paper. So I made this with what our new basic borders dies along the edge here, but I just use the designer paper without the stamps or dies, and you can create really beautiful projects that way. Next, I love when our designer papers coordinate with our dies. So what I have done here is I used that die set and I cut out the pansies on the designer paper and the leaves as well, and I created this little scene without doing any stamping at all. So I just cut those out, put them all together, and I have a beautiful card. You can also just use the stamps. So here is a sample you can see where here in the center I created that pansy with the stamps. And I can't wait to show you how to do that here in just a second because it's really easy. It is not complicated at all. The fourth way is to use just your dies. And this right here, this is amazing. Look at the detail in this pansy. And it's actually very simple. I know I'll be honest, even when I see sets like this, I'm a little bit intimidated sometimes. But I'm going to show you in just a minute how easy it is to create these pansies with the die cuts. And then the other thing you can do, which I don't have a sample to show you, is you can stamp your pansy and then cut them out with the same dies that coordinate with the designer papers. So there are two sets of dies in this, basically, the ones that cut around the pansies and then the ones that create the detailed pansies like this. So let's grab the stamps and I will show you exactly how to stamp one of these pansies. Now keep in mind, we have stamps for a large pansy and stamps for a small pansy. I am just going to show you the large one here. Now I will have another tip to share with you here at the end that I think you're going to want to hear, but and it has to do with colors and how to pick out colors to use on this pansies, because sometimes I get overwhelmed by colors and I don't know which ones to pick, but I'll tell you my best tip for figuring out what colors to use on your pansies. So the first thing I want to do is stamp my lightest color with the large pansy stamp that has basically full coverage. So my lighter color here that I want in the background of this pansy is Pale Papaya, one of our new in colors. So we'll stamp that one first. Next, I want to stamp a darker color with the one that has, it's the large stamp, but a little bit less coverage. So I am using Calypso Coral for this. Stamp that right over top. Next, we have a stamp that is going to fill in the center here. And for this one, I am going bold. We are actually going to do black here. Okay, black in the center. Now I have another stamp that is going to do inside of that piece. I think I'll do Pale Papaya for this. And then for the very center, we have this teeny tiny little droplet to fill in right there in the middle. And I have my Daffodil Delight for a nice yellow right there in the middle. Now, just to show you that you can make super simple cards with this set, I am going to stamp one of the greetings right down below here. This says a little hello from me to you. And that right there can be a finished card. I can add a few embellishments if I want to, but I love quick, easy, and simple cards like this. So that is how you can use the stamps. Now, like I said, you can bring in the outline dies and cut these pansies out. So there's one for the large pansy, there's one for the small pansy, and then these two are for the leaves. So you can stamp the leaves as included in the stamp set if you like. I'll grab it here and show you. So you can use these leaf stamps and stamp the leaves and cut them out if you like. Or, like I showed, you could just stamp it right on here and leave it there. Next, let's look at the dies for this set and how to use them. So first I want to show you the dies and tell you which ones you need for what, because sometimes looking at the die sets, it's a little bit hard to tell what is for what. And then I'll pull in my pre-cut pieces and show you how to assemble one of the pansies. So if for the large leaf, you can just cut this piece right here, or you can cut both, and then you'll have an overlay piece. And I'll show you that. Here is the small leaf with an overlay. So for each leaf, you can cut one of those, one of just this piece or one of each. For the little plant with the budding bloom coming out, you can cut one of each of these if you like. And then for the pansy itself, you'll need one of this large piece, one of this overlay plate piece, one of this. So you'll actually have 3 centers. So if you ever lose those little tiny pieces on your craft table, you'll have 3 to choose from. You'll need one of this little one to go in the center. And then you will need 2 of this petal and 2 of this little detail piece for the edge of the petal. So sometimes with detailed sets like this, you have to run your dies through several times to get enough pieces for what you're trying to create. I love that with this set, you don't have to do that because, like I said, these you need 2 of. Otherwise, you can just cut one of each and they're ready pretty quickly. So let's scoot these out, and I have my pieces pre-cut and ready, and I've actually already put the adhesive on the back to make this really quick. A trick to make this easier, if you don't want to have to put adhesive on the backs of your pieces to attach them together, is to use our adhesive sheets before you die cut your paper. And I can link you to that video right here to explain how the adhesive sheets work. But then it basically turns them into stickers, and you can just peel the paper backing off and stick them right together, which works really well. Okay, so you'll start with your large piece at the bottom and place this outer edge piece right there over top. Next, here I am using my Take Your Pick tool to pick up some of these little detailed pieces that are upside down and hard to pick up. Love the sticky end of this to help with these little detailed pieces. Okay, we'll put that piece in the center. Next, we have the little tiny centerpiece to go right there. And that is the base of the pansy. Then we need to create the two top petals. So I'll put the outline piece up here, the other outline piece over on this other one. Going to attach the two of these together just so they overlap a little bit. And then I'm going to lay this piece over top. And I do need to put a little bit of adhesive on the back here to get those to stay. But look how quickly that came together. Like I said, I was a little bit intimidated when I first saw it, but it really does come together quickly. Now here is the background piece for the larger leaf. Put the overlay piece over top. I do love these leaves without that overlay, but I just thought I'd show you how to use the overlay piece. And then you can use a little bit of adhesive and attach them wherever you like. So I will do that in just a minute, but there you can see how that all comes together. I'll show you the little bud real quickly. Here is the lower piece. You can attach the bud, the part that is opening up on top, and then I have the stem. It lays right here over top of both of them. So those are the pieces that I had used for this card right here. There are a few more, but that covers most of it. And hopefully now you know how to put all of those together. So one quick thing, I said I wanted to share a tip for how to figure out your colors, because it can be tricky when you're looking at all these stamps and have no idea what colors to pick. So what I did, I went to Google and I just typed in the word pansy. I did a search for the word pansy, click on that images button up at the top, and it's just going to take you straight to the images page for pansies. You can look through all the options and you can choose your favorites and stamp one that is your favorite. So as you can see, I use lots of purples, partially because that was what was in the designer paper pack, but you can do lots and lots of other colors. I love how this blue turned out. Here is one with that vibrant, almost orange color. So I hope this gives you a lot of ideas for how to use this Pansy Patch stamp set and Pansy Petals product suite. So you can find links to all of these products in the video description below. You can also get a link to my blog for more information. Please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and comment on this video. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again next time.